fragrance community? How are you guys? Another video for you. Thank you for joining me for this one. I've had these fragrances in my collection, and foolishly I sold them off to try and save up some money for some other fragrances, and this is like 7-8 years ago. Well, once you find out that some of the loved fragrances that you did have are now discontinued, you know, you don't think too much about them when they're just kind of sitting there on eBay, you know, for $30, $40, when you can actually get them at the websites, FragranceNet, all of the, you know, the websites. So you don't really think too much. Next thing you know, you hear through the grapevine, you know, a fragrance is going to be discontinued. So you're like, you know what, man, I'm probably going to miss that fragrance. Let me try and grab it while it's cheaper. So you're not paying these crazy $200, $300 a bottle, you know, for fragrances once they do get discontinued and all the sites are kind of wiped out of them. So these are a list of just fragrances that I put back in my collection. I literally just purchased all these within the last 2 weeks. So kind of excited to get them back in my fragrance collection. I always, you know, refer to fragrance like music. You know, you ever notice when you have that CD, well, I guess CD or music now, however you guys listen to it, but you have an old CD, maybe like from 20 years ago, or 15 or 10 or whatever it may be, and you just love that song so much and you're just playing it and playing and playing. Well, next thing you know, the CD goes into your little thing, you know, your cabinet or whatever, you don't touch it for a while, you haven't heard the song in about, you know, 10, 15 years or whatever it is, you listen to that song again and it just gives you chills. You're like, damn man, that's awesome. What a great song. Now I know why I loved it so much. It's kind of like fragrance, you know, you don't smell a fragrance for a few years, 4 or 5 years or whatever, you go back to it, you're like, wow, you may think of a memory or whatever it may be. So not to ramble on too much about that, but I just, you know, it's always nice to kind of refer, you know, I love music, I play the drums, and I really enjoy songs. They always bring you back to memories or people or, you know, things like that, and fragrance kind of does the same thing. That's why I love fragrance so much as well. So without further ado, let's get on with this list here real quick. It's not a list, but just fragrance that I purchased. So with the first one, this one, as you guys know, this one is just an awesome fragrance. It kind of smells like it looks. It looks like there's a chunk of cement in the bottle, but right here, Narciso Rodriguez, and this one is for men. So Narciso Rodriguez for men. This one is special. It's Mason Francis Kirkjian actually did the, you know, he was a perfume for this one, which is pretty awesome, you know. But this has that. There's like violet in here, it's musky, it literally smells kind of like wet cement, which is great. It's just an awesome smell. Not saying that you would want to smell like that, but there is some good nuances with this, and it just really not offensive. People do love this fragrance around you, and I'm not saying it's totally, you know, 100% crazy mass appealing, but there's going to be a lot more people that like it than they don't. So that's my first one that I purchased. This one back kind of in the collection. I had it a while ago and I didn't really spray it too much. But guys, I found out that this one's discontinued, and this one is just a beauty. Ombre Noir from Lalique. Not too much talk about Lalique fragrances lately, but this one, guys, this one smells like it looks. I mean, it is just beautiful cognac in here. There's a little bit of tobacco, there's some spices, and guys, it is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love the sprayer. I love the bottle. It's a very great, you know, company. They just, not too much talk about Lalique. So, but guys, Ombre Noir, you can still actually purchase this from the website. So not sure if it's totally discontinued or not, but you know, I heard it through the grapevine. I want to grab a bottle before they do go crazy on eBay with all that. So there's a bottle there. As you guys know with this one's probably going to make my spring list. I just love this fragrance. This one, as you guys know, it's already been discontinued, I believe, and I got this from the Canada website, Perfume Canada or whatever. A lot of times when you're here in the US, this one, of course, Cartier Roadster. And again, the bottle's awesome. I love that bottle, which is really cool. The fragrance inside is just excellent. It's spring in a bottle, really. Of course, you can wear it anytime, not offensive at all, but this really is great for the springtime. And again, I got this off of the Canadian website, and sometimes, like I was saying, in the US, the money difference is kind of nice too, because this bottle might go for $60, $70 here, and then the exchange is a little bit lower in Canada, so you can really get some good prices off those websites sometimes in Canada, you know, coming to the US, and they're so great over there. Great people. They answer your questions right away. And just great to do business with. So, but guys, Roadster by Cartier, if you haven't picked up a bottle of this, grab it. These are probably going to go for monster prices in the future. In a year or two, you're gonna find that they're gonna go for a pretty penny. So grab them while you can. Let me see here. Here's another one that I had in my fragrance collection way in the beginning. Probably my first 10 fragrances I've had when I started getting deep into it. It was this one. It's so clean. This one's Amber Purom by Prada. So clean. I get a little bit of powderiness to it, but again, that kind of goes away. There's some you know, good florals, musks in here. It's just an excellent. It's an awesome gym scent. And like I said, it's just very clean. Some people think it's just a bar of soap. But there's a little bit more. Once you get to the dry down, there is some more special, you know, notes that come out in this one. But guys, Prada, Purom, Amber Purom. Not too much amber I get out of it, but and then the Extreme bottle too is I've had that already. You know, I do have that in my collection already. That's been discontinued, but now this one is. So grab a bottle that way you can. I think I paid like 46 bucks for a big 3.4, and it'll last a long time. So, guys, and if you didn't know, I actually was kind of ashamed of myself when I sold this one off. I love this fragrance. It's beautiful. It's you know, this is just that woodiness. The oud in here is it's more of like a, you know, just a really fresh woody, you know, fragrance, but very, very easy to wear. This one, of course, as you guys know, Versace Oud Noir, just excellent. I did a review on this way back in the day, and here's another fragrance that reminds me of Dan, my Mickers. You know, we miss you, Dan. And I decanted this fragrance probably about 6-7. When it first came out, I got a bottle right away. I decanted a good 5 mil or 10 mil for him, and he actually put me on his video, and I thought it was, you know, awesome, because a lot of the older guys that, you know, started FragCom and all this stuff, you know, you look at those guys as kind of like celebrities, because they're like, you know, you're watching them, they got a lot of viewers and stuff, so it's kind of cool. But he mentioned me in it, and he just loved it, and we kind of became friends on, you know, over, you know, network, you know, over, you know, online and stuff. You know, I never met him. I wish I could have. Just a great guy from Wisconsin. I'm from Wisconsin, so that's kind of cool. But guys, great fragrance, Versace. I always kind of think of Dan when I see this one. But back in the collection, so I'm excited about that. And I just heard it was, you know, it was discontinued. So there's that one. This one is actually, you know what? I'll go to this one first. Now, there's probably going to be fragrances that'll replace this one pretty easily. It's not something too crazy off the wall, but this is awesome. It's a great gym scent. I heard this one is being discontinued as well. So off there, now they do have another new line out, I believe, and this one might be replaced by one of those, but this is just Mugler cologne. So clean. It's Irish Spring kind of in a bottle. I love this stuff. As you know, guys in general, I mean, we all like Irish Spring soap. Not that I use it anymore, but I used it way back in the day, and it just smells great. It's fresh, it's springy, it's green. It's just a really great fragrance. So put that one in my collection. And last but not least, as you guys know, I'm a huge Dior Homme fan. I slept on this one for so long. I never even had it in my collection. Didn't smell it for a few years, and now it's finally there in my collection. And I love it. So much hype on this one too. There's some good coriander spices in this. You get that iris bomb, but it's just a little, it takes you away from the original Dior Homme. The Dior Homme Sport is a little bit different. You got that little ginger in there, and then you know, Dior Homme Parfum and Intense are just both great, beastly, you know, winter fragrances. But this one, guys, great for the office. I love it. I get compliments on it, and I was lucky enough to get the 2015 version. And again, I don't know if it's different or not. I've never smelled the later one, but this one is the kind of the yellow fragrance inside, and that's kind of, they say that's the vintage, you know. But I believe it's a 2014 release, and this is a 2015 bottle. So guys, so excited to have this one in my collection. I got the big 150 mil. This one will last me a lifetime, and it's gorgeous. I love this one. Great for the springtime as well, so I'm excited to kind of wear it once the, you know, weather starts warming up and everything. So, but guys, like I said, it's just fragrances that, you know, they weren't as special to me back in the day when they're very easily to get, and it's like, you know what, I'll sell these off so I can grab some other more expensive fragrances so I can afford it or whatever. But you know, once you find out that they're like going to be discontinued, that there's always a special place in your heart for them. It's like, you know, I remember this from that scent, or, you know, I remember it because it was one of my first ones, or whatever it may be. So wanted to put them back in my collection, and they're always going to be important. I may not reach for them all the time, but they're the fragrances that it's so great. It's kind of like a song when you put that song on that you haven't heard in a couple years, and it just brings you back and you just love it. And that's how I kind of feel with these fragrances. So guys, Hope you guys are doing well, staying safe. COVID, hopefully it's getting better, where we're starting to reach that everyone's getting vaccines and really trying to just stay healthy out there, and God bless everyone, and hopefully everyone's being safe. And if any of you've lost anyone, I know a few people who've lost some family members. I'm just so sorry for your losses with this. A lot of people aren't taking this seriously, but it is pretty serious. So, but guys, Rise for X 34, love you guys, and thanks for always supporting my channel. I know it's not, one of the best out there, but again, my passion for this crazy fragrances is just, it's just off the charts. I just love it. So guys, talk to you guys soon. Rise for X 34.